Hey, tonight we are going to explore a quietly fascinating side of history that often goes unnoticed. You may know the Vikings as fierce warriors and explorers, but beneath their rugged exterior lay surprising habits of tidiness and care that shaped their daily lives and homes in ways you might never expect. As you settle in, let this soft story carry you through the calm rhythms of Viking life. A gentle voyage into an ancient world where order brought comfort amidst the wild. If you enjoy this tranquil journey, please like and subscribe to keep these soothing stories coming. And I'm curious, where are you listening from tonight? Now dim your lights, turn on a gentle fan or a soft night sound, and let the calm wash over you as we step quietly into the world of the Vikings. The cold morning, light filters softly through the small, smoke-darkened windows of a longhouse nestled near a calm fjord. The air carries a faint scent of wood smoke mingled with fresh pine and damp earth. Outside, the whisper of gentle waves laps quietly at the shore, and the tall pines stand still in the cool breeze. Inside, the wooden floor, worn smooth by years of footsteps, gleams faintly as it is carefully swept clean. Within this humble dwelling, a woman moves slowly and deliberately. Her hands are steady as she gathers scattered bits of wool from the floor, tidying the space where her family will share their meal. The hearth's warm glow casts soft shadows, dancing lightly on the rough timber walls adorned with woven tapestries and simple wooden tools. Despite the ruggedness of the landscape beyond, the inside of this longhouse exudes a quiet order. In this space, every item has its place. Bowls carved from wood sit neatly on low shelves, and bundles of herbs hang from the beams, drying in the gentle smoke. The Vikings, often thought of only as fierce raiders, spend much of their days in such small, mindful acts of care, cleaning, organizing, and maintaining their homes with a respect that comes from necessity and tradition. The longhouse itself is built with attention to detail. The timber beams are tightly fitted, minimizing drafts during the long, cold winters. Floors are cleared regularly of straw and dirt, and every evening, a careful ritual unfolds as the household prepares for rest. Mats are laid with precision, shields and weapons hung methodically on the walls, ready for use but also to keep the space uncluttered. Outside, the village is similarly arranged with purpose. Paths between homes are kept clear, and the communal areas are swept with bundles of birch twigs. Each household tends to its own yard, removing debris and fallen leaves, creating a sense of shared pride in the village's appearance. It is this discipline, born from a desire for order amidst the harsh natural world, that reveals a side of Viking life far from the chaotic image often portrayed. Children learn these habits early. From a young age, they assist in sweeping floors, organizing tools, and caring for animals. The rhythm of daily chores provides structure and calm, and through this quiet work, the Viking community sustains itself. You might imagine the sounds of this home as gentle, the soft scrape of a broom against wood, the low murmur of conversation, the crackling of firewood as it settles into embers. Even in moments of rest, the house is kept ready for whatever the next day may bring. reflecting a balance between the unpredictable outside world and the calm interior sanctuary. The tidiness of the Vikings also extends beyond their homes. Their ships, sleek and sturdy, are meticulously maintained. Every rope is coiled carefully, every plank oiled and checked for damage. The order of the ship is crucial for survival on the open sea, and this precision reflects a broader cultural respect for cleanliness and readiness. In the quiet moments before dawn, the village stirs to life. A man steps outside, his breath misting in the crisp air. He takes a moment to look around, appreciating the neat rows of homes and the orderly yards. There is a sense of peace here, born not from grand battles or loud celebrations, but from the steady, deliberate care of daily life. Through all seasons, this cycle continues. The steady rhythm of cleaning, organizing, repairing. Even as the cold wind whistles outside, inside the longhouses, a gentle warmth and order preserve the lives within. This unexpected tidiness reveals the Vikings not merely as warriors, but as people deeply connected to their homes and environment, finding comfort in the calm structure they create around themselves. The story unfolds slowly, like the rising sun over the fjord, revealing layer after layer of quiet habit and care. You can almost feel the roughness of woven cloth, the smoothness of wooden bowls, the faint crackle of the fire as it burns low into the night. Every action is deliberate yet unhurried, a reflection of lives lived closely with nature's rhythms, balancing the wild with the gentle. The dawn deepens slowly, and the soft light stretches across the wooden beams of the longhouse. The smell of fresh earth mingles with the lingering aroma of smouldering embers, settling into the calm quiet. Outside, the grass is still heavy with dew, each blade shimmering faintly in the morning haze. The village awakens with a gentle stir, the muted sounds of footsteps, the soft clinking of metal tools, and the low murmur of voices blending seamlessly with the distant call of seabirds. Inside the longhouse, the woman continues her careful work. She smooths the rough-hewn wooden table, wiping away stray crumbs with a cloth woven from flax fibers, soft but sturdy. The flax itself has a subtle scent, grassy and slightly sweet, reminiscent of the fields beyond the village. Nearby, a small basket holds freshly gathered wild herbs, thyme, sage and juniper berries, their fragrances mingling quietly in the cool air. The Vikings' practice of cleanliness extends beyond mere aesthetics. It is intertwined with a deep respect for the sacredness of the hearth, the heart of the home. The hearth fire is tended with care, the ashes swept away regularly to keep the warmth pure and inviting. This ritual is both practical and symbolic. Maintaining the fire is maintaining life itself. A clean hearth means a clean home, and a clean home means a well-ordered life. The family's prized possessions are arranged with deliberate precision. A finely crafted iron knife rests on a soft leather pouch beside a small wooden chest, where precious tools and trinkets are stored. The soft leather is supple, its surface cool to the touch, and the iron glints faintly, its sharp edge reflecting the flickering firelight. Even the smallest items are cared for as if they hold great value, because to the Vikings, they do. Outside the longhouse, the village hums with quiet activity. Neighbors greet one another with a nod or a soft word, their voices low and warm. The children laugh gently as they play in the soft grass, their bare feet leaving faint prints on the earth. They mimic the actions they have learned, sweeping paths, stacking firewood, tending small gardens, each movement slow and mindful, a part of the daily ritual of care. Gardens are modest but well tended, planted with hardy herbs and vegetables that will sustain the community through the long winters. The soil is dark and rich, its texture crumbly under careful fingers. The scent of damp earth rises faintly from the beds, a quiet promise of growth and renewal. You can almost hear the soft rustle of leaves and the delicate buzz of insects weaving their way through the greenery. The Vikings' connection to their environment is gentle yet profound. They understand the land's rhythms, the flow of the seasons, and the delicate balance required to live in harmony with nature. This understanding informs their tidiness, a respect not just for the home, but for the earth and sky that surround it. In the corner of the longhouse, a wooden chest sits quietly, its surface worn smooth from years of use. It holds textiles, spun and dyed with natural colors, muted blues from woad plants, soft greens from alder leaves, and warm browns from bark and earth. These fabrics are folded carefully, their edges aligned like the calm thoughts of the villagers. The textures invite gentle fingers to linger, feeling the fine weave and the slight roughness of hand-spun wool. Even the Vikings' clothing reflects their sense of order and care. Garments are mended meticulously, with every stitch placed precisely. The needles and threads are stored in simple but neat bundles, each color separated and organized, ready for use. The act of sewing is a quiet one, filled with the rhythmic pull of thread and the soft scrape of needle against fabric. This meditative practice fosters a calm mind and a steady heart. As the day moves forward, the village settles into a comfortable routine. The blacksmith's hammer rings out in steady beats, the sound resonating softly through the crisp air. The rhythmic pounding shapes iron with care, creating tools that will be polished and stored carefully after use. Nearby, a pot simmers gently over a fire, releasing soft aromas of barley and salted fish, a quiet feast for the family. The longhouse doors are often open, allowing fresh air to mingle with the scents of cooking and wood smoke. The breeze carries the soft sounds of life, the murmur of conversation, the shuffle of feet on straw-covered floors, the occasional call of a raven perched in the trees beyond. These gentle noises blend together in a soothing chorus, a lullaby of ordinary existence. The Vikings' approach to tidiness is also practical. Cleanliness reduces illness and promotes well-being, crucial in a time when medical knowledge was limited. Dirt and waste are managed carefully. Refuse is gathered and removed beyond the village boundaries, and water sources are kept pure. The villagers wash their hands and faces at dawn and dusk, often with cold water drawn from nearby streams, refreshing and crisp against their skin. The tactile sensation of cold water on weathered hands is enlivening yet calming, a simple ritual that connects them to the natural world. The water sparkles as it flows over stones, cool and clear beneath the filtered sunlight. These moments of quiet cleansing are imbued with a subtle reverence for life and health. Even the Vikings' weapons, symbols of their warrior identity, are maintained with the same careful respect. Swords and axes are cleaned and oiled regularly, the blades kept sharp and free from rust. The act of tending to these tools is slow and deliberate, a time to reflect and prepare. The metal's cold smoothness contrasts with the warmth of the firelight, a delicate balance of strength and care. At dusk, the longhouse glows softly from within. The flicker of oil lamps casts warm pools of light onto the timber walls, revealing carvings of animals and ancient symbols. Shadows stretch long and mingle with the gentle flickers, creating an atmosphere of quiet comfort. Families gather close, sharing stories and songs in low voices, the sounds blending with the crackle of embers and the soft shuffle of feet on the wooden floor. Outside, the cool night air carries the scent of pine and the distant splash of water against rocks. The same stars emerge slowly, their light twinkling faintly through the branches overhead. The village rests under this gentle canopy, its order preserved in the stillness of night. You might imagine yourself there, feeling the smooth wood beneath your fingertips, hearing the soft murmur of voices, and breathing in the clean, crisp air. The calm tidiness is not just about cleanliness. It is a manifestation of care, community, and balance with the natural world. The Vikings' surprising tidiness, woven through every aspect of their daily lives, reveals a deeper truth about their existence. Beyond the tales of battle and conquest, they lived quietly, carefully, and with a profound respect for order and harmony. The sun climbs higher, casting a gentle golden light that warms the wooden beams of the longhouse and softens the edges of the forest beyond. Outside, the morning chorus of birds fills the air, a delicate layering of chirps and whistles that drift softly through the village. The air feels cool but inviting, carrying a faint scent of pine resin mixed with the sweetness of blooming wildflowers hidden among the underbrush. Within the village, the everyday tasks unfold in a quiet, steady rhythm. The Vikings know the value of time measured not in haste, but in deliberate care. As you watch, a man takes up a finely woven broom, its bristles made from slender birch twigs bound carefully to a smooth wooden handle. With gentle sweeping motions, he clears the dust and fallen leaves from the pathway leading to the shore. Each stroke is unhurried, precise, leaving the ground smooth and inviting. Nearby, a group of women gather around a low stone basin filled with water drawn fresh from the nearby stream. The basin's surface ripples faintly as their hands move through the cool water, washing freshly picked vegetables and herbs with soft care. The water carries the earthy scent of moss and stone, and tiny droplets cling to the leafy greens, sparkling like miniature jewels in the soft sunlight. The basket beside them is woven tightly from thin willow branches, its warm brown color worn smooth by years of use. Inside, the bounty of the land rests quietly. Plump root vegetables, fragrant herbs, and wild berries nestled among layers of clean straw. This harvest will nourish the village in the coming days, a gentle reminder of the cycle of growth and renewal. Within another corner of the village, the blacksmith's workshop glows softly from the heat of the forge. The air here, carries the mingled scents of hot iron and burning charcoal, a warm yet smoky perfume that speaks of transformation and skill. The blacksmith, a sturdy figure with strong, steady hands, works with quiet concentration. Sparks fly in soft bursts, glimmering like tiny stars before fading into the shadows. Each hammer strike is deliberate and steady, shaping the glowing metal with practiced ease. The tools and weapons crafted here will be cleaned and carefully stored, their surfaces polished to a gentle sheen. This care ensures their strength and readiness, a quiet testament to the Vikings' respect for their tools and the craft. Back inside the longhouse, the family prepares a simple meal. The kitchen space is small but orderly, with wooden bowls and utensils neatly arranged on shelves. The smell of freshly baked bread mingles with the aroma of dried fish, creating a comforting, homey atmosphere. The bread's crust is golden and crisp, its interior soft and warm. Fingers brush gently against its rough surface as it is broken into pieces to share. The soft crackle of the fire provides a constant, soothing soundtrack, punctuated occasionally by the low murmur of conversation. Words flow slowly, spoken in measured tones that reflect the calm pace of life. The hearth's warmth wraps around the room like a protective embrace, inviting rest and reflection. Outside, the sky shifts gently with the passing hours. Clouds drift lazily, their edges softened by the light, casting dappled shadows across the village. The breeze stirs the branches, creating a delicate rustling that blends with the distant call of a lone raven perched high in the trees. Throughout the day, small acts of tidiness continue. A man carefully stacks firewood near the entrance of his home, selecting pieces by size and shape. Each log is placed with care, the pile growing into a neat, stable stack that will provide warmth through the cold nights. The scent of fresh cut wood is crisp and invigorating, mingling with the earthiness of moss and bark. Children move through the village with quiet energy, their footsteps light and playful on the soft earth. They mimic the adults, sweeping floors or tidying corners, learning the rhythms of care that define their community. Their laughter is soft, like the tinkling of small bells, a delicate sound that adds warmth to the day. The Vikings' tidiness is not born of obsession, but of respect. Respect for their homes, their tools, and each other. It is a shared understanding that a well-ordered life fosters peace and resilience. Each carefully swept floor, each polished blade, each neatly folded garment is a thread woven into the fabric of their existence. As evening approaches, the longhouse glows once more with the warm light of fire and oil lamps. Shadows dance slowly along the walls, revealing intricate carvings and woven tapestries that tell stories of ancestors and legends. The air is filled with the soft hum of quiet song, voices blending gently with the crackle of the hearth. The family settles down, the weight of the day melting away in the comforting embrace of routine and care. The scent of dried herbs and wood smoke lingers, wrapping around them like a gentle cloak. Outside, the village sleeps under a sky scattered with stars, their faint light mingling with the moon's soft glow. In this peaceful setting, The tidiness of the Vikings reveals itself not as mere habit, but as an expression of harmony, a gentle balance between the wildness of the natural world and the calm sanctuary of home. Through their care, they create spaces where life can flourish, where bodies and spirits find rest. You can almost feel the smooth surfaces beneath your hands, hear the soft scrape of broom on wood, and breathe in the crisp, clean air that fills these ancient spaces. The quiet order, the steady rhythm of daily life, invites a sense of calm, a feeling of being held gently by the passing of time. As twilight deepens, a soft hush settles over the village. The sky shifts to a muted palette of dusky purples and gentle blues, stars beginning to twinkle faintly like distant lanterns in the vast night. A cool breeze whispers through the pines, carrying the earthy fragrance of pine needles and the subtle sweetness of late-blooming heather. The gentle sound of water caressing the shore adds a peaceful rhythm to the evening air. Within the longhouse, the family moves with practiced calm. The air is warm and inviting, infused with the comforting aroma of dried herbs hanging from beams. Sage, lavender, and sweetgrass, each chosen for their subtle scents and cleansing properties. The flicker of candlelight casts soft shadows that dance slowly across the rough wooden walls, highlighting the intricate carvings of ancient runes and symbols, worn smooth by time. A woven rug, thick and soft beneath bare feet, lies near the hearth. Its patterns, created with muted earth tones, tell quiet stories of the land and sea. Waves gently curling against jagged rocks, the graceful flight of seabirds, and the steady, watchful eyes of wolves. The texture invites lingering touch, a tactile connection to the artistry and patience woven into each thread. The family gathers near the fire, their faces softly illuminated, eyes reflecting the warmth of the flames. They share simple fare, hearty stew thick with root vegetables and tender meat, bread torn into warm pieces, and fresh water cooled from the nearby stream. The sounds here are gentle, the clink of wooden bowls, the quiet breaking of bread, the low murmur of shared stories and laughter. As night deepens, a woman reaches to tend the hearth. She carefully stirs the embers, coaxing gentle warmth to remain, ensuring that the fire's glow lingers through the night. The act is deliberate, filled with care and reverence, a silent promise of safety and comfort. Ashes are brushed aside, and new logs are placed precisely, their rough bark contrasting softly against the glowing coals. Outside, the village is bathed in the pale light of the moon, its glow soft and embracing. Paths between the homes are clear and swept, the earth free from debris, creating an orderly pattern visible even in this quiet darkness. The air is still, save for the gentle rustle of leaves and the occasional call of a night bird. There is a profound sense of peace here, born from the steady, thoughtful care that pervades every corner of life. The Vikings' tidiness is not a show of perfection, but a humble respect, a quiet devotion to the spaces they inhabit and the lives they nurture. Each task, from the careful stacking of firewood to the meticulous folding of garments, is a small act of love and mindfulness. This attentiveness weaves a subtle thread of calm through the daily fabric of existence. In the solitude of night, the longhouse holds stories untold, whispers of generations who lived by these rhythms. The soft creak of timber settling, the faint crackle of dying embers, and the gentle breath of sleepers create a lullaby for the soul. The scent of smoked wood and dried herbs lingers, a soothing balm that invites rest. You might imagine yourself here, wrapped in a woven blanket, feeling the warmth seep into your skin, hearing the low murmur of voices drifting into silence, and breathing in the cool, clean air of this ancient place. The tidiness, the order, is not merely about cleanliness. It is a gentle embrace, a sanctuary carved from the wild, a place where time slows and hearts find ease. As dawn approaches once more, the village prepares to awaken, continuing its quiet dance of care and balance. The cycle is steady, unbroken, a testament to the enduring spirit of a people who found beauty in simplicity, strength in order, and peace in tidiness. The soft light of early morning seeps gently through the narrow windows of the longhouse, painting the interior with a pale silver glow. Outside, a delicate mist clings to the earth, weaving through the tall grasses and curling around the trunks of ancient trees. The air is cool and fresh, scented faintly with the promise of rain and the dampness of moss-covered stones. Inside, the household stirs with quiet movements. A slender hand reaches for a woven basket filled with freshly laundered linen, fabric washed in cold stream water and dried carefully under the open sky. The cloth is crisp, its texture smooth and slightly cool to the touch. Each piece is folded with gentle precision, edges aligned perfectly, resting in neat stacks ready for use. The act of cleaning and organizing is woven into the fabric of daily life, a rhythmic dance of care that binds the family together. The women move through their tasks with deliberate slowness, washing dishes with water warmed over the fire, the smooth wooden surfaces scrubbed free of residue and dried with soft cloths. The scent of pine soap, made from natural ingredients, lingers lightly in the air, mingling with the faint aroma of herbs. The children, still yawning and rubbing sleep from their eyes, begin their own gentle chores. A small boy gathers fallen leaves and twigs from the doorstep, placing them carefully in a woven basket. His fingers brush over the soft bark of a nearby birch tree, the surface cool and papery beneath his touch. The sensation is grounding, connecting him to the steady pulse of the natural world. Beyond the village, the fjord's waters shimmer under the growing light, calm and glassy. Fishermen prepare their boats with quiet reverence, checking the lines and repairing nets with practiced hands. The woven nets, made from sturdy flax fibers, are repaired stitch by stitch, knots tied tight and neat. This slow, attentive work ensures the tools of their livelihood remain strong and reliable. The boats themselves are marvels of craftsmanship. Their curved hulls are coated with layers of tar and oil, a protective sheen that repels water and preserves the wood. The scent of pine pitch, a sticky, resinous substance, is faint but persistent, mingling with the salty tang of sea air. Each vessel is a symbol of the community's connection to the vast, unpredictable ocean, maintained with the same care and tidiness that marks their homes. Back in the village, the market area awakens with gentle sounds. Merchants arrange their goods, baskets of dried fish, bundles of wool, handcrafted tools, with quiet care. Each item is displayed neatly, arranged to invite inspection without clutter. The smell of smoked salmon, earthy roots, and fresh herbs creates a complex, soothing tapestry of scents. Neighbors greet one another with soft smiles and nods, their voices low and warm. The pace here is unhurried, marked by a respectful awareness of each person's space and time. There is no rush, only the steady flow of purposeful movement, each step measured and deliberate. The Vikings' surprising tidiness is also reflected in their public spaces. Communal areas are swept clean, refuse collected and taken beyond the village borders to keep the environment pure. Stones and debris are removed from paths, ensuring safe passage even during the wettest seasons. This shared responsibility fosters a quiet sense of pride and unity. As the day unfolds, the rhythms of care continue without interruption. Wool is carded and spun into yarn, the soft fibers teasing gently between rough fingers. The texture is comforting, warm, fibrous, and slightly coarse, a perfect medium for the thick garments that protect against the cold. Spinning wheels turn steadily, producing thread that will be woven into the fabrics lining the longhouse walls. In quiet corners, elders tend to small medicinal gardens. Leaves are plucked carefully from plants known for their healing properties: angelica, chamomile, and yarrow. Their scents are subtle but distinct. The sweet honeyed notes of chamomile, the fresh green sharpness of yarrow. These plants will be dried and stored, their essence preserved for cold nights and aching limbs. Everywhere, the Viking village breathes with a slow, intentional rhythm. Tidiness is not an afterthought, but an integral part of life, a practice that grounds them in a world both wild and fragile. It is a calm assertion of control, a gentle act of care that sustains body and spirit. You might feel yourself settling deeper into this world, your senses attuned to the soft textures, faint fragrances, and quiet sounds that surround you. The smoothness of polished wood, the gentle warmth of woven textiles, the coolness of early morning air, all invite a peaceful stillness. This tidy way of life, so unexpected for a people known for their fierceness, reveals a profound connection to home, community, and the natural world. It is a quiet legacy, etched into every carefully swept floor, every mended garment, every folded cloth. The evening draws near once more, and the village settles into the gentle calm of dusk. The sky softens into shades of lavender and muted pink, the light fading slowly as a cool breeze stirs the needles of the tall pines. The scent of earth and wood smoke drifts gently on the air, mingling with the delicate fragrance of dried herbs hanging from the longhouse rafters. Inside the longhouse, the family prepares for nightfall with measured grace. A young woman carefully lays out clean linens on the sleeping mats, the fabric smooth and cool beneath her fingertips. The folds are neat and precise, edges aligned like the pages of a well-loved book. Each layer is chosen thoughtfully, a tactile comfort against the chill of the coming night. The hearth glows softly, its embers glowing red beneath a delicate layer of ash. A man stirs the fire gently, placing small twigs and kindling with deliberate care. The crackling of the flames is quiet but steady, a soothing presence that fills the space with warmth and light. The household tidies the shared spaces with gentle attention. Bowls and utensils are washed and dried, then arranged carefully on shelves where they catch the flicker of candlelight. The wooden surfaces gleam faintly, smooth and well cared for. Small piles of swept straw and dust are gathered and taken. Outside, the rustle of movement blending with the low murmur of conversation. Outside, the village paths are cleared once again, the ground free of debris and leaves. Torches are lit, their flames small and steady, casting warm pools of light that create dancing shadows among the trees. The scent of burning resin is soft and calming, a subtle reminder of protection and care. The tidiness of the Vikings is deeply woven into their connection to one another. Each household respects the boundaries and shared spaces with quiet cooperation, creating an environment where peace and order flourish. This mutual care is reflected in the slow, mindful movements of every person, a communal rhythm that nurtures both body and spirit. The night air carries the distant call of owls and the gentle rustle of nocturnal creatures moving through the undergrowth. The stars emerge fully now, sparkling faintly against the velvet sky. Their cool light bathes the village in a serene glow, a celestial companion to the steady warmth of the hearth fires. Within the longhouse, stories are shared in low tones, voices weaving tales of ancestors and far-off lands. The cadence of speech is slow and soothing, words unfolding gently like petals in a calm breeze. The listeners, nestled beneath woven blankets, feel the embrace of history and belonging, the quiet power of tradition and care. You can imagine yourself here, the texture of woven cloth against your skin, the warmth of the firelight on your face, the soft murmur of voices blending with the crackle of embers, the orderly spaces, the carefully kept hearth, and the steady rhythm of daily life invite a deep sense of rest. This unexpected tidiness, so integral to Viking life, is not merely about cleanliness, but about creating sanctuary, a refuge from the wildness beyond, a place where the heart can find stillness. It speaks of resilience and respect, of the quiet dignity found in care and order. As the night deepens, the village sleeps under a canopy of stars, held in the gentle balance between earth and sky, chaos and calm. The cycles of tidiness and care will begin anew with the coming dawn, a steady, unbroken rhythm echoing through generations. The candle flickers low as we drift into our second story, which is the gentle order of medieval monks. A quieter place, a slower moment in time, waiting to be remembered. In a secluded monastery, nestled deep within a misty valley, the soft echoes of chanting fill the cool stone corridors. The scent of old parchment and beeswax lingers quietly, mingling with the faint aroma of lavender and rosemary from the herb gardens outside. Here, the lives of the monks unfold in steady, tranquil rhythms, a world shaped by devotion, discipline, and an unexpected grace of order. The thick stone walls stand sturdy and silent, their surfaces cool and rough beneath the gentle touch of morning light that filters through narrow arched windows. The floors, worn smooth by centuries of careful footsteps, are swept daily with brooms made of tightly bound twigs, each stroke deliberate and unhurried. The monastery is a sanctuary not only of faith, but of immaculate tidiness, where every item has its sacred place. Within the quiet dormitory, rows of simple wooden beds are arranged with exact precision. Each bed is covered with hand-woven blankets of muted colors, deep blues, soft grays, and warm browns, folded neatly at the foot. Pillows, though plain, are fluffed and smoothed carefully, inviting peaceful rest after long hours of prayer and labor. The air here carries a calm stillness, punctuated only by the soft rustle of linens and the gentle breath of those at rest. Throughout the monastery, the monks embrace a lifestyle of simplicity and order. Their garments, humble robes of rough spun wool, are cleaned and mended with meticulous care. The sound of needle and thread moves like a whispered rhythm, threading patience and humility into each stitch. Clothes are hung with care on wooden pegs, aligned perfectly along the stone walls, their soft folds resting in quiet dignity. The communal spaces are maintained with a tender reverence. The refectory, where meals are shared in silence, gleams, with polished wooden tables and benches. Bowls and cups, crafted from clay and stoneware, are arranged methodically before each place setting. The scent of freshly baked bread mingles softly with herbal teas steeping in large earthenware pots. The monks' footsteps here are light and measured, echoing faintly against the vaulted ceilings. Gardens surround the monastery, a living tapestry of green and earth tones. Herbs and vegetables grow in tidy beds bordered by low stone walls. There, leaves glistening with morning dew. Paths paved with smooth stones wind gently between the beds, swept clean and edged with moss. The air is fragrant with the scent of thyme, sage, and mint, mingling with the distant song of birds and the soft murmur of a nearby brook. Daily routines blend prayer, work, and study, each carried out with gentle diligence. The scriptorium, a quiet room bathed in soft natural light, holds rows of wooden desks where monks copy manuscripts with painstaking precision. The smell of ink and vellum fills the space, while the slow scratch of quills and the faint rustle of parchment create a soothing backdrop. Each letter is crafted with reverent care, a meditation in patience and focus. In this world of gentle order, tidiness is not a chore, but a sacred practice. It reflects the monk's desire to create harmony in body, mind, and spirit, a physical expression of their inner devotion. Every swept floor, every polished surface, every carefully arranged object is part of a living prayer, whispered in silence through acts of care. You might feel yourself here now, the cool stone beneath your fingers, the faint scent of lavender in the air, the soft murmur of voices carried on the breeze. The calm order invites a deep breath, a slowing of time, a peaceful unfolding. The soft glow of morning light gently spills through the narrow arched windows of the monastery, casting long delicate beams across the polished stone floors. The air is cool and still, filled with the subtle scent of beeswax candles and aged oak. The faint rustle of woolen robes brushing against stone echoes quietly, punctuated by the distant measured tolling of a bell calling the monks to their morning prayers. In the dormitory, the rows of simple wooden beds rest in serene order. Each bed is carefully made with hand-woven linens, their soft textures inviting restful sleep. The blankets, dyed in calming earth tones, are folded with care, their edges aligned perfectly, reflecting the inner discipline of their makers. Nearby, wooden chests stand neatly closed, their surfaces smooth and worn from years of gentle use. The monks rise slowly, their footsteps light and reverent as they move through the quiet halls. The stone walls, cool and solid, hold the warmth of centuries, absorbing the whispers of countless prayers. Tapestries woven with delicate patterns hang along the corridors, their fibers soft under gentle touch, depicting scenes of nature and scripture in muted blues and golds. In the refectory, the wooden tables gleam with a soft sheen, the grain of the wood rich and warm beneath flickering candlelight. Bowls of humble porridge, bread freshly baked and fragrant with hints of rosemary and thyme, are set with care. The soft clink of ceramic cups and the low murmur of shared prayers create a soothing atmosphere of communal grace. The kitchen, tucked away behind thick stone walls, is a place of quiet industry. Here, herbs are hung to dry in bundles, their scents mingling. The sharp freshness of sage, the sweet floral notes of lavender, the subtle earthiness of thyme. Pots simmer gently over fires, releasing faint aromas of root vegetables and legumes, nourishing the monks through the long hours of study and contemplation. Outside, the cloister gardens unfold like a living mosaic. Neatly tended beds of herbs and flowers stretch along winding stone paths. The soil is soft and rich, its dark texture crumbly under careful hands. Each plant is nurtured with deliberate attention. Leaves are trimmed, soil loosened, and waters poured gently from clay pitchers, the cool liquid soaking quietly into the earth. The gentle buzz of bees flits from flower to flower. They're tiny, wings a faint hum in the still air. Birds sing softly among the branches of ancient trees, their melodies weaving through the tranquil silence. The monks often pause here, their fingers brushing lightly over soft petals or rough bark, drawing a quiet strength from the natural world. In the scriptorium, shafts of sunlight illuminate rows of desks, each holding carefully arranged tools of the trade. Quills rest beside pots of deep black ink, their delicate tips sharp and ready. Sheets of vellum lie flat, their smooth surfaces awaiting the steady hand of the monk who will fill them with script. The act of copying manuscripts is slow and meditative. The scratch of quill on parchment, the careful curling of letters, the gentle blotting of ink. These sounds create a serene rhythm that fills the space. Each letter is formed with precision and devotion, a silent prayer carried across time. Beyond the monastery walls, the village sleeps under a blanket of mist. The scent of damp earth and pine lingers faintly on the breeze. The monks' world is one of calm continuity. Their lives are quiet tapestry woven from threads of discipline, care, and faith. In this ordered sanctuary, tidiness is a form of reverence, a way to honor the divine in everyday acts. Sweeping floors, folding linens, arranging tools. These are not chores but sacred rituals, grounding the monks in the present moment and connecting them to centuries of tradition. You can almost feel the cool smoothness of stone walls. Hear the soft murmur of prayers mingling with the rustle of robes, and breathe in the gentle fragrance of herbs and beeswax. The calm order of this place invites you to slow, to rest, to be present. The sun moves slowly across the sky, its light filtering softly through the stained glass windows of the monastery chapel. Each pane holds delicate patterns, deep blues, soft reds, and warm ambers, casting a kaleidoscope of muted colors onto the cool stone floor. The air here is heavy with the scent of incense, a quiet, smoky sweetness that lingers like a gentle prayer. Within the chapel, monks gather in solemn rows, their voices rising in slow, harmonious chant. The sound is deep and resonant, a soothing current that flows steadily through the vaulted space. The walls, ancient and worn, absorb and reflect the melody, creating an embrace of sound that feels both timeless and tender. After prayers, the monks disperse quietly, returning to their daily labors. Some move to the garden, where the careful tending of plants continues with measured patience. The soil, dark and rich, is turned gently with wooden tools. The texture is soft beneath gloved hands, moist with the morning's rain. Seeds are planted with deliberate care, each one a promise of growth and renewal. Nearby, a monk tends to a small orchard of fruit trees. The bark is rough and gnarled, yet alive with buds and leaves. He runs his fingers over the cool surface, feeling the subtle texture and the pulse of life beneath. Fallen leaves are gathered and composted, their dry rustling a soft symphony on the stone paths. Back inside, the library beckons with the quiet allure of knowledge preserved. Shelves carved from dark oak stretch high, filled with leather-bound volumes whose spines bear delicate embossing and faded gilding. The air smells faintly of parchment and old leather, mingled with a hint of candle soot. Dust motes float lazily in the filtered light, moving like tiny spirits in the silence. A solitary monk moves through the aisles with careful footsteps. His hands, rough from work yet gentle in touch, reach for a volume and pull it free with reverence. The book opens with a soft sigh, revealing pages of dense script and intricate illumination. The monk traces the delicate illustrations, fingers gliding over the slight texture of gold leaf and rich pigments. Throughout the monastery, cleanliness is maintained with devoted attention. Floors are scrubbed with gentle brushes, stones polished, smooth until they gleam faintly. Wooden furniture is dusted and oiled, its surfaces cool and inviting. Every corner is tended with care, a physical reflection of the inner harmony the monks seek. The kitchens are a quiet hive of activity. Earthenware pots bubble with stews, their aromas rich and comforting. Root vegetables simmering slowly with herbs like parsley, marjoram and thyme. Fresh bread is pulled from stone ovens, its crust crackling softly as it cools on wooden racks. The warmth of the ovens mingles with the cool stone walls, creating a gentle balance. The monks' meals are simple yet nourishing, eaten with gratitude and mindfulness. The clatter of wooden spoons and the gentle murmur of thanks fill the refectory, a sacred space where sustenance and community intertwine. As afternoon wanes, the cloister becomes a place of quiet reflection. The arched walkways, framed by climbing ivy and delicate blossoms, invite slow footsteps and calm breath. Stone benches, worn smooth by time, offer places to sit and absorb the serenity. Sunlight dapples through leaves, casting soft shadows that shift slowly with the passing hours. The gentle rustle of pages turning, the distant call of a songbird, the faint splash of water in a nearby fountain. These sounds weave together into a tapestry of peaceful presence. In this sacred space, tidiness is not simply practical. It is an expression of gratitude and devotion. Each act of care, from polishing a brass candlestick to aligning prayer books on a shelf, becomes a form of meditation, a way to honor the divine in the ordinary. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the cool stone beneath your hands, inhaling the mingled scents of herbs and old books, listening to the soft cadence of chanting drifting through the air. The calm order invites your spirit to settle, to breathe, to be still. Soft afternoon light filters through the arched windows, bathing the monastery's cloisters in a warm golden glow. The cool stone underfoot, worn smooth by countless footsteps, feels steady and reassuring. The scent of damp moss and flowering herbs drifts gently on the air, mingling with the subtle hint of beeswax from candles burning low in the nearby chapel. Monks move slowly through the quiet corridors, their footsteps barely audible on the polished floor. Each movement is purposeful but unhurried, a practiced rhythm born from centuries of devotion and discipline. The rustle of woolen robes brushes softly against stone walls, and the faint clink of metal clasps punctuates the calm. In the infirmary, the space is arranged with tender care. Beds of simple wood and linen are spaced evenly, each made with neat folds and soft pillows. Bottles of tinctures and dried herbs sit orderly on shelves, their labels hand-lettered with careful script. The subtle aroma of lavender and chamomile pervades the air, soothing and gentle. A monk tends to the sick with quiet hands, the touch soft and deliberate. The fabric of his robe brushes lightly as he moves, and the gentle sound of his voice offers comfort in measured tones. The act of caring here is imbued with reverence, the very tidiness of the room reflecting the sacredness of healing. In the scriptorium, the afternoon sun glints off freshly inked pages. The light illuminates the delicate artistry of illuminated manuscripts, where gold leaf shimmers faintly and intricate illustrations come alive with muted hues. Monks lean over their desks, their faces serene, absorbed in the slow, meditative work of copying texts. The scent of ink and parchment mingles with the subtle warmth of sunlit wood. The garden beyond flourishes with quiet abundance. Rows of vegetables, cabbage, leeks, carrots, are tended with attentive hands. Soil is turned gently, rich and dark, releasing the earthy fragrance of life itself. Flowers bloom in clusters, roses, lilies, and violets, each petal soft and velvety, their colors muted yet vivid in the tranquil light. Along the garden paths, small stone fountains murmur softly, their clear water reflecting the sky above. Moss clings to shaded rocks, and the gentle hum of bees flitting between blossoms creates a natural symphony. The air is cool, the breeze soft and refreshing, carrying whispers of nature's quiet rhythm. Back inside, the monks prepare for evening, vespers. Candles are placed carefully along windowsills and altars, their flames flickering gently, casting dancing shadows. The polished brass of chalices and candle holders gleams faintly, reflecting the soft light like quiet stars. The air fills with the faint aroma of incense, sweet and resinous, curling upward in slow spirals. As dusk falls, the monks gather in the chapel once again. Their voices rise in slow, harmonious chant, weaving a tapestry of sound that soothes the soul. The harmony is gentle yet profound, a reminder of unity and peace. The stone walls seem to breathe with the music, the ancient space alive with quiet reverence. After prayers, the monks return to their cells, moving with calm grace. The corridors are lined with neatly arranged benches and simple furnishings, each piece crafted with care and respect. The soft glow of oil lamps casts warm light onto the smooth stone, creating pockets of serenity. The day's work of order and care continues into the evening, each task a quiet offering. Floors are swept, linens folded, books carefully shelved. The scent of herbs and wood smoke lingers softly, wrapping the monastery in a gentle embrace. You might sense yourself here, touching the cool stone, breathing the calm air scented with lavender and beeswax, hearing the soft chant mingling with the rustle of robes. The gentle order of this place invites a deep settling, a restfulness that moves through body and mind. This timeless tidiness, so much more than mere cleanliness, is a prayer in motion, a humble expression of devotion woven through every corner of monastic life. The muted light of early evening lingers softly over the monastery grounds, where shadows stretch long and blend with the cool stone and lush greenery. The air is calm and fragrant, carrying whispers of blooming lavender, freshly turned earth, and the faintest hint of candle smoke drifting from the chapel's open windows. Inside the cloister, the monks move gently through their final tasks of the day. Their hands, steady and sure, tend to the arrangements of books, textiles, and tools with quiet reverence. The wooden shelves, worn smooth by years of careful handling, stand orderly, each manuscript and volume aligned just so. The tactile feel of leather-bound covers, the slight roughness of parchment edges, and the delicate weave of cloths create a rich texture to the sanctuary's quiet spaces. In the kitchens, the evening meal preparation unfolds with soft murmurs and steady rhythms. Earthenware pots simmer with nourishing broths, their savory scents blending with the sweetness of baking bread and the herbal notes of rosemary and sage. The monks move with practiced ease, ladling portions and arranging simple wooden bowls on the table. The clink of spoons against ceramic is gentle and rhythmic, a quiet harmony to the surrounding stillness. Outside, the herb garden is bathed in twilight's gentle embrace. Dew begins to gather on delicate petals and sturdy leaves alike, sparkling faintly like tiny jewels in the fading light. The soil, dark and fragrant, holds the coolness of the earth as soft breezes carry the soothing song of night insects and distant owls. Each herb, mint, chamomile, lavender, holds its own subtle scent, mingling in a delicate balance that calms the senses. The gardeners move with patient care, pruning, watering, and gathering. Their movements slow and deliberate, in tune with the cycle of growth and rest. Back within the scriptorium, flickering candlelight illuminates the delicate artwork. Of a newly penned manuscript, gold leaf shimmers softly, catching the light with every gentle turn of the page. The monk's steady hand guides the quill with reverence, creating curves and strokes that form both letters and meditative symbols, each a small prayer etched in ink and patience. The walls here hold a profound silence, broken only by the occasional soft scratch of quill on parchment and the distant murmur of evening prayers. The scent of ink, beeswax, and old wood combines to create a comforting atmosphere, a tangible connection to generations of devotion and care. As night deepens, the monastery becomes a haven of quiet reflection. Candles burn low in their holders, their flames casting flickering shadows that dance along the stone walls. The soft scent of incense lingers, carrying with it the essence of calm and sanctity. In their cells, the monks prepare for rest. Beds are made with the same precise care. As during the day, linen sheets smoothed and blankets folded. The gentle weight of wool covers offers warmth against the cool night air, while small wooden chests hold treasured texts and personal items arranged neatly within. You might imagine yourself in this peaceful space, feeling the smoothness of polished wood beneath your fingertips, breathing in the fragrant mix of herbs and beeswax, and hearing the soft echo of prayer carried on the still night air. The monastery's tender order offers a sanctuary for body and soul, a place where time slows and quiet care nourishes all. This deep, abiding tidiness is more than habit. It is a spiritual practice, a way of honoring the sacred through every gentle act of attention. The night deepens with a soft hush, and the monastery settles into a profound stillness that wraps around every stone and wooden beam like a gentle cloak. The air is cool and crisp, carrying the faint, soothing scent of lavender and cedarwood from the small sachets placed carefully in every room. The flickering candlelight casts warm pools of amber glow, their gentle dance mirrored in the calm eyes of the resting monks. In the cloisters, the moonlight spills softly over the smooth stone pathways, tracing delicate patterns among the creeping ivy and blooming night flowers. The petals of these blossoms, pale and fragrant, release a sweet, subtle aroma that mingles with the fresh, earthy scent of dew-kissed grass and damp moss. The gentle rustle of leaves in the night breeze whispers like a lullaby, inviting all to rest and renewal. Inside the monastery's quiet halls, the last few candles flicker low, casting long, soft shadows that reach towards the ancient walls adorned with faded frescoes. These paintings, with their muted colors and gentle lines, depict serene scenes of faith and nature, shepherds tending flocks, serene landscapes, and saints in quiet contemplation. The textures of the plaster and paint invite a soft touch, worn smooth from centuries of reverence. In the small study chambers, the monks' personal spaces are arranged with mindful simplicity. Hand-carved wooden desks hold carefully stacked parchments and simple writing tools. A well-used leather-bound prayer book rests open, its pages edged with the subtle imprint of countless fingers tracing sacred words. Nearby, a small vessel holds fresh water and a sprig of rosemary, a symbol of remembrance and cleansing. The ritual of tidiness continues even in these private moments. Each item is placed with intention. Quills aligned parallel, ink pots closed securely, candles trimmed neatly. The tactile sensation of polished wood, smooth leather, and soft linen offers a comforting familiarity, grounding the spirit in calm and order. In the kitchen, the fire burns low, its last embers glowing faintly beneath a scattering of cooled ashes. The scent of herb-infused broth lingers in the air, a gentle reminder of the day's sustenance and the hands that prepared it with care. Wooden spoons and bowls are washed and set aside, their surfaces gleaming softly in the dim light. Outside, the monastery garden rests beneath the stars, the soft silhouettes of herbs and flowers outlined against the moonlit sky. The soil, still warm from the day's sun, holds the promise of growth and healing. The gentle murmur of a nearby stream adds a peaceful rhythm, its waters flowing steadily over smooth stones, carrying away the remnants of the day and welcoming the quiet of night. The monastery itself is a sanctuary of balance between work and prayer, light and shadow, silence and song. Tidiness here is not just the absence of clutter, but a living expression of care, devotion, and humility. Every swept floor, folded cloth, and polished surface is a part of the sacred dance of monastic life, a physical offering that honors both the divine and the earthly. You might feel yourself drifting deeper into this serene world. The textures of smooth stone and soft fabric beneath your touch, the delicate fragrances wrapping gently around you. The calm order of this ancient sanctuary invites a peaceful breath, a moment of stillness where the heart can rest and the mind find ease. The Xi'an, dawn's first light creeps softly through the narrow windows of the monastery, casting gentle beams upon the cool stone floors. The air is crisp and carries the faint, earthy scent of damp moss and ancient timber, mingled with the subtle sweetness of blooming violets in the cloister garden. A delicate chorus of birds greets the morning, their songs slow and tender, weaving through the tranquil stillness. Within the monastery walls, the monks awaken with calm purpose. Their footsteps, quiet and measured, echo softly against the vaulted ceilings as they move toward the chapel for morning prayers. Their woolen robes brush gently against smooth stone pillars, worn smooth by centuries of devotion. The scent of incense lingers lightly in the air, a warm, resinous fragrance that seems to cradle the sacred space in a comforting embrace. After prayer, the monks begin their daily rituals of care and tidiness. The refectory is prepared with methodical precision, wooden tables polished to a soft glow, benches aligned neatly beneath them. Simple clay plates and wooden cups are arranged with care, each placed in its designated spot. The aroma of freshly baked bread, herbs, and hearty porridge fills the air, inviting nourishment and quiet gratitude. Outside, the garden awakens with the touch of morning dew. Leaves shimmer with delicate droplets, and petals unfold slowly to greet the day. The soil, soft and dark, holds the promise of growth as tender hands tend the earth with gentle care. Paths of smooth stones wind gracefully through beds of thyme, sage, and rosemary, their subtle scents mingling in the cool air. In the scriptorium, The flicker of candlelight dances softly on the vellum pages spread before the monks. Each letter is drawn with reverence, every stroke a meditation in patience. The faint scratch of quill on parchment is a soothing rhythm, echoing the stillness of the room. The scent of ink and old paper weaves quietly through the air, a fragrant testament to centuries of knowledge preserved. The monastery itself breathes a slow, deliberate harmony. Every surface gleams softly, from the polished wooden pews to the smooth stone walls, reflecting the tender care bestowed upon them. Linen curtains hang evenly at windows, their edges carefully hemmed. Floors are swept daily, removing dust and debris with meticulous attention. This orderliness is not merely practical, it is a sacred act, an outward reflection of inner devotion. The soothe. Day unfolds gently, punctuated by quiet moments of reflection and work. The monks' lives are woven from small, mindful actions, folding linens, tending gardens, copying manuscripts, each a thread in the tapestry of serene order. This unhurried rhythm invites calm and presence, a refuge from the world beyond. You might imagine yourself here, feeling the cool stone beneath your hands, breathing in the mingled scents of earth, herbs, and beeswax, hearing the soft rustle of robes and the distant call of birds. The monastery's gentle order offers a space to rest, to breathe, to simply be. The afternoon sun filters gently through the slender windows of the monastery's great hall, casting soft shafts of golden light that play across the polished stone floors. The air is filled with a faint scent of lavender and freshly trimmed herbs, mingling quietly with the subtle aroma of old parchment and beeswax candles. The stillness is punctuated only by the gentle murmur of voices and the occasional turning of pages in the library. Monks move with calm deliberation through the cloisters, their woolen robes brushing softly against the cool stone walls. Their hands, weathered yet steady, tend to the garden with tender care. Each plant is nurtured as, if sacred, leaves carefully pruned, soil gently loosened, and water poured slowly from clay pitchers that glisten with droplets of moisture. The garden hums softly with the buzz of bees and the gentle rustling of leaves stirred by a light breeze. Inside the scriptorium, shafts of light illuminate rows of wooden desks, where monks bent over vellum scrolls create delicate calligraphy and intricate illustrations. The slow, rhythmic scratch of quills on parchment fills the quiet room, accompanied by the faint scent of ink and leather. Each stroke is deliberate and filled with intention, a meditative practice that breathes life into the sacred texts. The refectory is a space of serene simplicity. Long tables made of dark polished wood are arranged with perfect order, their surfaces gleaming softly under the gentle glow of hanging lanterns. Bowls of simple but nourishing fare, hearty stews, freshly baked bread and herbal teas are passed quietly between monks who share the meal in contemplative silence. The soft clatter of wooden utensils and low murmured prayers create a soothing ambience. Throughout the monastery, tidiness is woven seamlessly into daily life. Floors are swept meticulously, with every corner and crevice attended to. Shelves lined with books are dusted with gentle care, their leather-bound spines gleaming faintly. Linen curtains at the windows are drawn evenly, their folds crisp and symmetrical. Even the smallest objects, a single quill, a candle snuffer, a wooden comb, are arranged with thoughtful precision. The gentle order of the monastery extends beyond the physical into the very rhythm of its inhabitants' lives. Each task, no matter how humble, is imbued with reverence and mindfulness. Sweeping a floor becomes a prayer, folding a cloth, a meditation, tending a garden, an act of devotion. You might find yourself here now, feeling the smooth stone beneath your fingers, breathing in the mingled scents of herbs and old books, hearing the faint murmur of voices and the soft rustle of robes. The calm, measured pace invites a deep sense of peace, a gentle settling of body and mind. In this sacred space, tidiness is more than cleanliness. It is a language of care, a testament to a life lived in quiet harmony with the divine and the natural world. The evening draws near with a soft, enveloping calm. The fading light casts long shadows along the monastery's stone walls, turning the courtyard into a mosaic of gentle contrasts. The scent of wet earth mingles with the fading fragrance of blooming lavender, while a light breeze carries the faintest rustle of leaves, wrapping the space in a tender hush. Within the refectory, the monks gather for their evening meal, their movements slow and deliberate. The wooden tables, polished smooth from years of care, hold simple dishes arranged with quiet precision. Hearty barley porridge, crusty bread, and bowls of tender stewed vegetables. The soft clinking of wooden spoons and the murmur of muted prayers fill the air, creating a soothing rhythm that resonates through the vaulted space. In the kitchen, embers glow gently beneath pots simmering with nourishing broths. The warm, earthy aroma of herbs, sage, thyme, and rosemary permeates the room, mingling with the sweet scent of baked apples cooling on a wooden rack. The flicker of candlelight casts soft, wavering shadows on stone walls, illuminating the hands that work steadily, their movements both purposeful and graceful. Outside, the cloister garden rests under a blanket of twilight. Dew forms delicate beads on the petals of night-blooming flowers, their pale hues soft against the darkening greenery. The soil, cool and moist, crumbles lightly underfoot, rich with the promise of continued growth. A stone fountain murmurs quietly nearby, its gentle splash mingling with the distant call of owls and the soft rustle of night creatures stirring. In the scriptorium, flickering candlelight reveals rows of neatly stacked manuscripts, their vellum, pages edged with delicate gold leaf and intricate illustrations. Monks pore over these treasures in quiet contemplation, their faces serene and focused. The scratch of quill on parchment, the gentle turning of pages, and the occasional whispered word create a tapestry of sound that soothes and calms. Throughout the monastery, every surface reflects attentive care. Floors gleam faintly after careful sweeping and polishing. Shelves and tables are dusted with soft cloths, their wooden grains rich and warm. Curtains hang evenly, their fabric clean and pressed. The very air seems infused with a quiet reverence, a tangible sense of harmony born from discipline and devotion. You might imagine yourself here, feeling the cool stone beneath your fingers, inhaling the mingled scents of herbs, beeswax, and old wood listening to the soft cadence of voices blending with the natural sounds of night. The gentle order and peaceful rhythm invite a deep settling of spirit, a moment of rest and presence. This enduring tidiness is not merely a habit, but a living prayer, an expression of love and humility woven into every corner of monastic life. The monastery rests under a canopy of stars, their pale light spilling softly over the ancient stone walls and tiled roofs. The night air is cool and still, carrying a delicate fragrance of jasmine and wet earth. A gentle breeze stirs the ivy that clings to the cloister arches, the leaves whispering quietly in the darkness like a lullaby. Within the quiet chambers, the monks prepare for rest. The soft rustle of linen sheets and the gentle folding of blankets fill the air with a comforting rhythm. Beds are arranged with care, the smooth fabric inviting peaceful sleep. The faint scent of lavender sachets, placed thoughtfully beneath pillows, mingles with the subtle warmth of beeswax candles burning low. Candles flicker softly on wooden stands, their light casting dancing shadows that stretch and contract along the rough-hewn walls. The stone floors, polished by countless footsteps, hold the gentle echoes of whispered prayers and quiet footsteps. The air hums with a serene stillness, a sacred pause between days. In the small study rooms, monks close their books with deliberate reverence, placing them neatly upon shelves. The worn spines and delicate pages bear silent witness to years of devotion and study. Ink pots are sealed tightly, quills rested carefully, and desks cleared of clutter with practiced ease. Outside, the cloister garden sleeps beneath a veil of moonlight. Flowers fold their petals as dew gathers on leaves and grass. The earth breathes softly in the cool night, the faint sound of a distant stream mingling with the gentle sigh of the wind. The garden's orderly rows and neatly edged paths reflect the care and patience of those who tend it. The monastery's tidiness is a tangible embrace, a living sanctuary shaped by the gentle hands and steadfast hearts of its inhabitants. Each sweeping of the floor, each folded cloth, and each polished surface is a humble offering, a quiet song of dedication and peace. You might feel yourself here, surrounded by the cool stone, the soft scents, and the soothing silence. The gentle order invites your spirit to rest, your mind to quiet, and your heart to find calm. The candle flickers low as we drift into our third story, a hushed world of refined grace and quiet strength, tucked away within the elegant homes of Victorian England. In the soft glow of morning light, a grand Victorian townhouse begins to stir. The heavy velvet curtains are drawn back slowly, allowing pale sunlight to spill across polished mahogany floors and delicate lace curtains. The air holds the faint scent of freshly polished wood, lavender soap, and the subtle sweetness of blooming roses in the garden beyond. Within this carefully ordered household, the housekeeper moves with quiet purpose. Her footsteps are soft on the thick woven rugs, and her hands, steady and practiced, arrange linens with meticulous care. The smooth cotton sheets and embroidered pillowcases are folded precisely, their crisp edges aligned like the notes of a gentle melody. The drawing room is immaculate, its velvet upholstered chairs and carved tables gleaming softly. Silver candlesticks catch the light, their surfaces polished until they glow warmly. Delicate porcelain vases, filled with freshly picked flowers, lend a faint fragrance that mingles with the scent of beeswax polish and fragrant oils. In the kitchen, the steady hum of activity carries a different rhythm. Copper pots gleam beside rows of neatly stacked plates, their surfaces bright and spotless. The scent of fresh bread mingles with the earthy aroma of steeping teas and the sweet hint of marmalade. Each tool has its place, hung on racks or laid carefully on counters, a testament to the quiet discipline that sustains the household. Throughout the vast house, tidiness is a language spoken fluently. Every room is a canvas of order. Curtains, tied back with satin cords, silverware arranged with exact precision, and delicate lace doilies placed with tender attention on every surface. The housekeeper's care is an unspoken art, weaving harmony into every corner. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the softness of embroidered linens beneath your fingertips, breathing in the warm scent of polished wood and fresh flowers, hearing the gentle clatter of china and the hushed footsteps of those who keep this grand home alive with quiet grace. Soft morning light filters through the tall, narrow windows of the Victorian townhouse, casting long, delicate shadows across the polished wooden floors. The heavy velvet curtains, tied back with satin cords, frame scenes of gentle sunlight that warms the intricate patterns of woven rugs and the gleaming surfaces of brass fixtures. The air is cool but inviting, scented faintly with lavender soap, fresh linen, and the subtle sweetness of gardenias blooming in the nearby parlour. Within the bustling heart of the home, the kitchen, the housekeeper moves with practiced grace. Her hands, steady and confident, arrange copper pots and pans with meticulous care, each gleaming surface polished to a soft sheen. The scent of fresh bread, warm and comforting, wafts gently from a nearby oven, mingling with the herbal notes of chamomile and mint steeping quietly in a porcelain teapot. The wooden countertops are swept clean and arranged precisely. Rolling pins rest beside neatly stacked bowls, and utensils are stored in their proper places, each ready for the day's tasks. A large sink of gleaming porcelain is scrubbed spotless, reflecting the pale light like a gentle mirror. The rhythm of activity is steady but calm, a slow dance of care and order. In the servants' hall, other household staff begin their duties, their footsteps hushed against the thick carpets. The housekeeper oversees their work with quiet authority, her voice soft yet firm. She ensures that every corner of the vast home is attended to, the dusting of delicate shelves, the polishing of silverware, and the folding of crisp linens. The parlour is transformed under her watchful eye into a haven of elegance and comfort. Plush armchairs are arranged thoughtfully around a low table, adorned with lace doilies and a vase of freshly cut roses. The flicker of a fireplace casts a warm, dancing light that plays gently across the rich wood panelling and embroidered cushions. The air carries a subtle fragrance of vanilla and sandalwood, inviting rest and quiet conversation. In bedrooms upstairs, the housekeeper's attention to detail is evident in every folded blanket and smoothed sheet. The scent of lavender sachets, tucked neatly beneath pillows, mingles with the crisp freshness of starched cotton curtains. The polished brass doorknobs gleam softly, and the heavy drapes are drawn just so, balancing privacy with gentle light. Throughout the house, tidiness is not merely a necessity but an art form, a reflection of respect for the home and those who dwell within it. The housekeeper's devotion to this order is both a labor and a love, an expression of dignity and grace woven into the very fabric of daily life. You might feel yourself here now, the softness of lace and cotton beneath your fingertips, the warm glow of polished wood surrounding you, the gentle scent of blooming flowers and fragrant soap filling the air. The quiet order of this Victorian home invites a deep breath, a slowing of time, a peaceful presence. The afternoon sun casts a warm golden glow through the tall windows, filtering softly through the delicate lace curtains and illuminating the fine details of the Victorian home. The polished wooden floors gleam beneath the gentle light, their surface smooth and cool beneath the soles of quiet footsteps. The soft clinking of wooden spoons and the murmur of muted prayers fill the air, creating a soothing rhythm that resonates through the vaulted space. In the kitchen, embers glow gently beneath pots simmering with nourishing broths. The warm, earthy aroma of herbs, sage, thyme, and rosemary permeates the room, mingling with the sweet scent of baked apples cooling on a wooden rack. The flicker of candlelight casts soft, wavering shadows on stone walls, illuminating the hands that work steadily, their movements both purposeful and graceful. Outside, the cloister garden rests under a blanket of twilight. Dew forms delicate beads on the petals of night-blooming flowers, their pale hues soft against the darkening greenery. The soil, cool and moist, crumbles lightly underfoot, rich with the promise of continued growth. A stone fountain murmurs quietly nearby, its gentle splash mingling with the distant call of owls and the soft rustle of night creatures stirring. In the scriptorium, flickering candlelight reveals rows of neatly stacked manuscripts, their vellum, pages edged with delicate gold leaf and intricate illustrations. Monks pore over these treasures in quiet contemplation, their faces serene and focused, the scratch of quill on parchment, the gentle turning of pages, and the occasional whispered word create a tapestry of sound that soothes and calms. Throughout the monastery, every surface reflects attentive care. Floors gleam faintly after careful sweeping and polishing. Shelves and tables are dusted with soft cloths, their wooden grains rich and warm. Curtains hang evenly, their fabric clean and pressed. The very air seems infused with a quiet reverence, a tangible sense of harmony born from discipline and devotion. You might imagine yourself here, feeling the cool stone beneath your fingers, inhaling the mingled scents of herbs, beeswax, and old wood, listening to the soft cadence of voices blending with the natural sounds of night. The gentle order and peaceful rhythm invite a deep settling of spirit, a moment of rest and presence. This enduring tidiness is not merely a habit, but a living prayer, an expression of love and humility woven into every corner of monastic life. The monastery rests under a canopy of stars, their pale light spilling softly over the ancient stone walls and tiled roofs. The night air is cool and still, carrying a delicate fragrance of jasmine and wet earth. A gentle breeze stirs the ivy that clings to the cloister arches, the leaves whispering quietly in the darkness like a lullaby. Within the quiet chambers, the monks prepare for rest. The soft rustle of linen sheets and the gentle folding of blankets fill the air with a comforting rhythm. Beds are arranged with care, the smooth fabric inviting peaceful sleep. The faint scent of lavender sachets, placed thoughtfully beneath pillows, mingles with the subtle warmth of beeswax candles burning low. Candles flicker softly on wooden stands, their light casting dancing shadows that stretch and contract along the rough-hewn walls. The stone floors, polished by countless footsteps, hold the gentle echoes of whispered prayers and quiet footsteps. The air hums with a serene stillness, a sacred pause between days. In the small study rooms, monks close their books with deliberate reverence, placing them neatly upon shelves. The worn spines and delicate pages bear silent witness to years of devotion and study. Ink pots are sealed tightly, quills rested carefully, and desks cleared of clutter with practiced ease. Outside, the cloister garden sleeps beneath a veil of moonlight. Flowers fold their petals as dew gathers on leaves and grass. The earth breathes softly in the cool night, the faint sound of a distant stream mingling with the gentle sigh of the wind. The garden's orderly rows and neatly edged paths reflect the care and patience of those who tend it. The monastery's tidiness is a tangible embrace, a living sanctuary shaped by the gentle hands and steadfast hearts of its inhabitants. Each sweeping of the floor, each folded cloth, and each polished surface is a humble offering, a quiet song of dedication and peace. You might feel yourself here, surrounded by the cool stone, the soft scents, and the soothing silence. The gentle order invites your spirit to rest, your mind to quiet, and your heart to find calm. The candle flickers low as we drift into our third story, a hushed world of refined grace and quiet strength, tucked away within the elegant homes of Victorian England. In the soft glow of morning light, a grand Victorian townhouse begins to stir. The heavy velvet curtains are drawn back slowly, allowing pale sunlight to spill across polished mahogany floors and delicate lace curtains. The air holds the faint scent of freshly polished wood, lavender soap, and the subtle sweetness of blooming roses in the garden beyond. Within this carefully ordered household, the housekeeper moves with quiet purpose. Her footsteps are soft on the thick woven rugs, and her hands, steady and practiced, arranged linens with meticulous care. The smooth cotton sheets and embroidered pillowcases are folded precisely, their crisp edges aligned like the notes of a gentle melody. The drawing room is immaculate, its velvet upholstered chairs and carved tables gleaming softly. Silver candlesticks catch the light, their surfaces polished until they glow warmly. Delicate porcelain vases, filled with freshly picked flowers, lend a faint fragrance that mingles with the scent of beeswax polish and fragrant oils. In the kitchen, the steady hum of activity carries a different rhythm. Copper pots gleam beside rows of neatly stacked plates, their surfaces bright and spotless. The scent of fresh bread mingles with the earthy aroma of steeping teas and the sweet hint of marmalade. Each tool has its place, hung on racks or laid carefully on counters, a testament to the quiet discipline that sustains the household. Throughout the vast house, tidiness is a language spoken fluently. Every room is a canvas of order. Curtains, tied back with satin cords, silverware arranged with exact precision, and delicate lace doilies placed with tender attention on every surface. The housekeeper's care is an unspoken art, weaving harmony into every corner. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the softness of embroidered linens beneath your fingertips, breathing in the warm scent of polished wood and fresh flowers, hearing the gentle clatter of china and the hushed footsteps of those who keep this grand home alive with quiet grace. Soft morning light filters through the tall, narrow windows of the Victorian townhouse, casting long, delicate shadows across the polished wooden floors. The heavy velvet curtains, tied back with satin cords, frame scenes of gentle sunlight that warms the intricate patterns of woven rugs and the gleaming surfaces of brass fixtures. The air is cool but inviting, scented faintly with lavender soap, fresh linen, and the subtle sweetness of gardenias blooming in the nearby parlour. Within the bustling heart of the home, the kitchen, the housekeeper moves with practiced grace. Her hands, steady and confident, arrange copper pots and pans with meticulous care, each gleaming surface polished to a soft sheen. The scent of fresh bread, warm and comforting, wafts gently from a nearby oven, mingling with the herbal notes of chamomile and mint steeping quietly in a porcelain teapot. The wooden countertops are swept clean and arranged precisely. Rolling pins rest beside neatly stacked bowls, and utensils are stored in their proper places, each ready for the day's tasks. A large sink of gleaming porcelain is scrubbed spotless, reflecting the pale light like a gentle mirror. The rhythm of activity is steady but calm, a slow dance of care and order. In the servants' hall, other household staff begin their duties, their footsteps hushed against the thick carpets. The housekeeper oversees their work with quiet authority, her voice soft yet firm. She ensures that every corner of the vast home is attended to, the dusting of delicate shelves, the polishing of silverware, and the folding of crisp linens. The parlour is transformed under her watchful eye into a haven of elegance and comfort. Plush armchairs are arranged thoughtfully around a low table, adorned with lace doilies and a vase of freshly cut roses. The flicker of a fireplace casts a warm, dancing light that plays gently across the rich wood panelling and embroidered cushions. The air carries a subtle fragrance of vanilla and sandalwood, inviting rest and quiet conversation. In bedrooms upstairs, the housekeeper's attention to detail is evident in every folded blanket and smoothed sheet. The scent of lavender sachets, tucked neatly beneath pillows, mingles with the crisp freshness of starched cotton curtains. The polished brass doorknobs gleam softly, and the heavy drapes are drawn just so, balancing privacy with gentle light. Throughout the house, tidiness is not merely a necessity but an art form, a reflection of respect for the home and those who dwell within it. The housekeeper's devotion to this order is both a labor and a love, an expression of dignity and grace woven into the very fabric of daily life. You might feel yourself here now, the softness of lace and cotton beneath your fingertips, the warm glow of polished wood surrounding you, the gentle scent of blooming flowers and fragrant soap filling the air. The quiet order of this Victorian home invites a deep breath, a slowing of time, a peaceful presence. The afternoon sun casts a warm golden glow through the tall windows, filtering softly through the delicate lace curtains and illuminating the fine details of the Victorian home. The polished wooden floors gleam beneath the gentle light, their surface smooth and cool beneath the soles of quiet footsteps. The air is rich with the mingling scents of freshly baked pastries, lavender sachets, and beeswax polish, creating a comforting and serene atmosphere. In the kitchen, the housekeeper moves with calm efficiency, her hands steady as she arranges trays of freshly brewed tea and delicate porcelain cups onto a silver tray. The soft clink of china and the muted rustle of lace aprons blend harmoniously with the gentle hum of conversation drifting up from the servants' quarters. The copper pots and pans hang in orderly rows, their surfaces shining as though reflecting the pride and care of their keeper. The pantry is a sanctuary of order. Rows of glass jars filled with dried herbs, spices, and preserves line the shelves, each labeled in neat, looping script. Bundles of dried lavender hang from hooks, their soft purple hues muted in the warm afternoon light. The scent is both calming and invigorating, a gentle reminder of nature's quiet bounty. In the sitting room, sunlight spills across velvet upholstery and the intricately patterned carpet, highlighting the subtle interplay of textures, the smoothness of polished wood, the softness of silk cushions, and the delicate intricacies of embroidered throw pillows. Fresh flowers in a porcelain vase lend a faint sweet fragrance to the space, mingling with the subtle aroma of leather-bound books and aged paper. Upstairs, the bedrooms are havens of tranquility. The beds are made with exacting precision, each pillow fluffed and placed just so. The linens are crisp and cool, their delicate embroidery and fine stitching evidence of hours of dedicated labor. Heavy drapes frame the windows, their folds falling in perfect symmetry, softly filtering the fading light. The housekeeper's meticulous attention extends to the smallest details. Silver combs arranged on dressing tables, hand-stitched linens folded neatly in drawers, and delicate handkerchiefs pressed with care. Every corner of the house reflects a devotion to order and grace, a testament to the unseen hands that maintain the rhythm of this refined sanctuary. Outside, the garden blooms in quiet splendor. Roses and peonies spill over carefully tended beds, their colors muted yet radiant beneath the soft light of late afternoon. The gentle buzz of bees and the soft rustle of leaves create a natural symphony that complements the ordered beauty within the home. You might imagine yourself here, feeling the cool smoothness of polished wood under your fingertips, inhaling the delicate scents of fresh flowers and lavender soap, hearing the soft rustle of fabric and the faint clatter of fine china. The calm tidiness and graceful rhythm of this Victorian household invite a moment of deep peace and gentle presence. The soft glow of evening settles over the Victorian townhouse, casting long, gentle shadows across the ornate furnishings and polished surfaces. The rich mahogany of the dining table gleams softly under the warm light of crystal chandeliers, their prisms scattering tiny rainbows across the delicate lace tablecloth. The scent of beeswax and freshly laundered linens mingles with the faint aroma of herbal infusions steeping quietly on sideboards. The housekeeper moves through the dimly lit rooms with practiced grace, her footsteps muffled by thick woven rugs. She carries with her the quiet authority of years dedicated to maintaining the perfect order of the household. Her hands, both strong and gentle, smooth the surface of side tables, arrange porcelain figurines with care, and ensure that every cushion and curtain is in its rightful place. In the kitchen, the evening meal is prepared with the same attentive precision. Copper pans shine as the last dishes are washed and put away. The scent of simmering broth lingers softly, a comforting reminder of nourishment and warmth. The hearth's gentle crackle adds a soothing soundtrack to the peaceful scene. Upstairs, bedrooms are prepared for rest. The housekeeper checks each room carefully, adjusting pillows and smoothing blankets, ensuring that every detail reflects the quiet dignity of the home. The scent of lavender sachets is more pronounced now, a gentle invitation to restful sleep. Curtains are drawn just enough to frame the moonlit night without letting in the chill. Throughout the house, tidiness is a quiet celebration of care and respect. The polished silverware gleams softly in its drawers. Crystal glasses catch the light with delicate sparkle, and the smallest objects, buttons, combs, letters, are stored with exacting attention. This orderliness is a tapestry woven by unseen hands, a silent song of devotion that fills every corner. Outside, the garden rests under a canopy of stars. The gentle rustle of leaves and the soft fragrance of night-blooming flowers mingle with the cool night air. The stone paths, carefully edged and swept, glisten faintly with dew. The serenity of the night garden mirrors the calm within the walls. You might feel yourself here now, surrounded by the softness of lace and velvet, the gentle warmth of candlelight, the subtle fragrance of flowers and polished wood. The housekeeper's world is one of quiet strength and gentle order, a place where every small act is an offering of love and grace. The fading twilight seeps through the tall windows of the Victorian home, casting a soft, muted glow that bathes the richly appointed rooms in gentle hues of amber and rose. The polished woodwork gleams faintly in the dim light, the intricate carvings along banisters and mouldings whispering tales of craftsmanship and care. The scent of lavender oil and freshly polished brass lingers in the air, mingling with the faintest hint of lingering tea and warm bread. The housekeeper moves silently through the rooms, her footsteps barely a whisper against the thick woven carpets. Her hands, skilled and sure, smooth the surfaces of tables and arrange fresh flowers in delicate porcelain vases. Each bloom, a pale rose, a sprig of jasmine, adds a subtle fragrance, carefully chosen to complement the soft scents already present. The curtains are drawn with deliberate grace, their heavy folds falling evenly to frame the window panes. In the grand dining room, chairs are tucked neatly beneath the table, their velvet upholstery free of any wrinkle or dust. Crystal decanters rest in their places on the sideboard, their facets catching the soft glow of candlelight and scattering it like tiny stars. The silverware is polished to perfection, the gleam of each piece a testament to hours of attentive care. The housekeeper's duties extend to the bedrooms upstairs, where she tends to the linens with meticulous precision. She fluffs pillows and smooths bedspreads, the fabric cool and crisp beneath her touch. The scent of lavender sachets tucked beneath mattresses and inside drawers invites restful sleep. Window shutters are closed just so, sealing the rooms in. A gentle darkness while allowing the softest whisper of night air to circulate. In the quiet study, shelves of leather-bound books stand orderly, their spines worn smooth by the careful hands of readers over the years. A soft glow from an oil lamp illuminates a handwritten letter resting on a polished desk, the delicate curls of script flowing gracefully across the paper. The air here is tinged with the faint scent of old parchment and beeswax polish. Outside, the garden is veiled in moonlight. The flowers close their petals as dew gathers on the leaves, sparkling faintly beneath the stars. The stone paths, carefully swept and edged, invite soft footsteps and contemplative walks. The gentle rustle of leaves and the distant call of a nightingale create a serene symphony, blending seamlessly with the calm of the night. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the smoothness of polished wood and cool fabrics, breathing in the mingled scents of flowers and wax, hearing the gentle hush of the evening and the soft flutter of pages turning. The quiet order and graceful care of this Victorian household offer a sanctuary of peace and calm. The deepening night wraps the Victorian townhouse in a soft, velvety darkness, pierced only by the gentle glow of oil lamps placed with thoughtful care throughout its rooms. Their flickering flames cast dancing shadows upon the richly detailed wallpaper and the polished surfaces of dark wooden furniture. The air holds a subtle warmth, mingled with the faint scent of lavender and the comforting aroma of worn leather and beeswax. The housekeeper moves quietly through the halls, her footsteps muffled by thick rugs woven with intricate patterns. Her hands glide over the surfaces of side tables and mantels, dusting gently with a soft cloth, removing the smallest specks of dust with deliberate tenderness. Each action is imbued with a reverence for the home and its inhabitants, a silent prayer woven through acts of care. In the bedrooms, the heavy drapes are drawn to shield the rooms from the cool night air, their folds falling in perfect symmetry. The beds lie prepared, their crisp linens and softly fluffed pillows inviting restful sleep. Lavender sachets tucked beneath the mattress and in bedside drawers release a calming fragrance, filling the rooms with a gentle serenity. The sitting room, bathed in the warm light of a crackling fireplace, exudes an inviting comfort. Plush armchairs, covered in rich velvet, are arranged thoughtfully near the hearth. Stacks of well-loved books rest on side tables, their pages yellowed yet treasured. A delicate porcelain tea set, used for afternoon gatherings, gleams softly under the lamp's glow. Outside, the garden rests under a blanket of stars. The scent of night-blooming jasmine and honeysuckle drifts on the gentle breeze. Stone paths, meticulously maintained, glisten with dew, their edges neatly trimmed. The soft rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl create a tranquil, nocturnal symphony. Throughout the home, tidiness is more than order. It is a manifestation of care, respect, and quiet strength. The housekeeper's devotion shapes a sanctuary where every detail, no matter how small, contributes to a harmonious whole. It is a life lived in gentle rhythm, a dance of dignity and grace. You might find yourself here now, surrounded by the soft glow of lamplight. the subtle scents of lavender and polished wood, the quiet comfort of a home embraced by loving hands. The calm tidiness invites your spirit to rest and your mind to settle into peaceful presence. The night deepens, wrapping the Victorian townhouse in a serene embrace. The flicker of candlelight and the soft glow of oil lamps create pools of warm light that gently touch the dark corners of richly furnished rooms. The scent of polished mahogany mingles with the delicate aroma of lavender and fresh linens, while the quiet crackling of a fireplace offers a comforting soundtrack to the stillness. The housekeeper moves with calm grace through the sleeping chambers, her steps softened by thick rugs woven in muted tones. Her hands smooth the edges of bedspreads, fluff pillows just so, and tuck delicate lace curtains around window frames. Each motion is deliberate, an expression of deep care and respect for the sanctuary she tends. In the drawing room, velvet drapes are drawn back slightly to reveal the night sky beyond the tall windows. Moonlight spills softly onto the patterned carpets and glimmers faintly on the silver tea set, carefully arranged on a sideboard. The faint fragrance of rose petals lingers in the air, a subtle reminder of afternoon gatherings and quiet conversations. The kitchen lies in peaceful silence now, the last dishes washed and put away. Copper pots hang neatly in rows, their polished surfaces reflecting the dim light. The scent of herbs, sage, rosemary, and thyme lingers faintly, a fragrant memory of the day's meals prepared with attentive hands. Upstairs, the library holds rows of leather-bound volumes, their spines smooth and worn from gentle use. A single lamp casts a soft glow over an open book left resting on a desk, its pages filled with elegant script and delicate illustrations. The quiet reverence here speaks to centuries of knowledge carefully preserved and tended. Outside, the garden slumbers under a blanket of stars. Dew sparkles softly on leaves and petals, and the gentle rustling of night creatures adds a subtle rhythm to the stillness. Stone paths, edged with neatly trimmed hedges, weave through beds of blooming night flowers, their pale colors glowing faintly in the moonlight. The housekeeper's devotion to order and care creates a living harmony throughout the home. Every polished surface, folded linen, and carefully placed object contributes to a sanctuary of peace and grace. It is a quiet testament to the strength found in gentle attentiveness and the beauty of a life lived with intention. You might feel yourself, here now, surrounded by the softness of velvet and lace, the gentle warmth of candlelight, the soothing scents of herbs and fresh wood. The calm tidiness invites you to breathe deeply, to slow time, and to find rest in this serene space. The soft hues of dawn begin to touch the sky, casting a pale blush over the grand Victorian estate. The world outside is still wrapped in quiet slumber, while inside the house, the housekeeper rises with steady resolve. The early morning air carries the faint scent of dew-laden roses and fresh linen, mingling with the subtle aroma of beeswax and polished wood. Her footsteps, gentle and purposeful, trace familiar paths through the sleeping rooms and hallways. With practiced hands, she smooths the surfaces of furniture, aligning cushions and draping curtains with exacting care. The silk and lace fabrics yield softly beneath her touch, whispering stories of countless mornings just like this one. In the kitchen, the first fires are kindled, their gentle warmth and glow promising the day's sustenance. Copper kettles hum softly as water begins to heat, and the scent of freshly ground coffee mingles with the sweet fragrance of baked bread. Each utensil is laid out meticulously, shining quietly in anticipation of the day's tasks. Throughout the home, the rooms slowly awaken to a renewed order. The fine china in the dining room gleams as it catches the morning light, and silverware lies perfectly aligned on crisp linen napkins. Vases filled with freshly gathered wildflowers release delicate perfumes, adding a touch of nature's grace to the refined interiors. Outside, the garden stirs beneath the awakening sky. Dew glistens on the petals of blooming roses and hydrangeas, and the air is alive with the soft chirping of birds greeting the new day. The pathways are swept clean, edged neatly by trimmed hedges and vibrant flower beds. The housekeeper's care extends beyond the walls, embracing the natural beauty that surrounds the estate. You might feel yourself here now, the cool morning light brushing softly across your skin, the subtle fragrance of flowers and polished wood filling your senses, the quiet rhythm of a home lovingly maintained. The gentle order invites you to breathe deeply, to find calm in the simple grace of daily care. The morning light grows warmer, gently filling the rooms with a soft glow that kisses the polished surfaces and delicate fabrics of the Victorian home. The housekeeper moves steadily through the halls, her hands skilled and sure as she prepares the household for the day ahead. The faint scent of beeswax polish mingles with the sweet fragrance of jasmine and rose petals freshly gathered from the garden. In the parlor, the heavy velvet drapes are drawn back to reveal the sunlit windows. The crystal chandeliers catch the light, scattering tiny rainbows across the intricately woven rugs and gleaming woodwork. Porcelain vases, filled with an assortment of freshly cut flowers, lilies, gardenias, and sweet peas, add bursts of gentle color and subtle perfume to the elegant space. In the kitchen, copper pots gleam as they hang in perfect rows. The air is warm and inviting, filled with the comforting aromas of baking bread and brewing tea. Freshly laundered linens are folded with care, their crisp edges aligned with practiced precision. The steady rhythm of morning chores is both calming and purposeful, a quiet dance of attentiveness. Upstairs, bedrooms are meticulously arranged. The beds are made with smooth, starched linens, pillows fluffed and placed just so. The subtle scent of lavender sachets lingers, tucked beneath mattresses and within drawer corners. Heavy curtains are tied back gently, their folds falling evenly and symmetrically. Mirrors and polished furniture reflect the soft light, adding to the sense of calm order. The garden outside is alive with the gentle stirrings of the new day. Dew sparkles on lush green leaves and colourful blooms. Paths lined with smooth stones are clear of debris, edged neatly by trimmed hedges. Birds sing softly in the trees, their melodies weaving through the fragrant air, while butterflies flit lazily from flower to flower. Every corner of the home and grounds bears the mark of the housekeeper's dedication, an unseen thread of care and discipline that binds the household in quiet harmony. It is a life woven from small, mindful acts, a testament to grace and steadiness. You might imagine yourself here now, the softness of fine fabrics beneath your fingers, the gentle warmth of sunlight on your face, the mingled scents of flowers, polished wood, and fresh soap. The calm tidiness invites you to breathe deeply, to slow your thoughts, and to rest peacefully in this tranquil sanctuary. The afternoon wanes gently, the sunlight softening as it filters through the lace curtains, casting delicate patterns upon the gleaming wooden floors. The housekeeper moves with quiet grace through the rooms, her hands smoothing the surface of the mahogany sideboard and adjusting the position of a crystal vase filled with freshly picked wildflowers. The subtle fragrance of lavender and rose petals mingles with the faint aroma of polished brass and aged leather. In the drawing room, the plush velvet armchairs are arranged thoughtfully, their cushions plumped and aligned with exact care. Books with gilded spines rest neatly on low tables, their pages inviting quiet reflection. The crackle of a fireplace adds a soothing warmth to the space, its golden glow dancing upon the intricately carved moldings and wallpaper in muted floral patterns. The kitchen hums softly with the steady rhythm of preparation. Copper pots and pans hang in perfect rows, their surfaces shining with the gleam of attentive polishing. The scent of freshly baked bread lingers in the air, mingling with the herbal notes of chamomile and mint, steeping quietly in porcelain teapots. Wooden utensils are arranged meticulously, their polished handles catching the light. Upstairs, the bedrooms reflect the same devotion to order and care. Sheets are crisp and smooth, draped over beds with precision. The delicate lace of curtains is drawn back gently, allowing the soft glow of afternoon light to bathe the room. Small glass bottles of fragrant oils and neatly folded linens rest on bedside tables, their presence a quiet promise of comfort and calm. Outside, the garden breathes in the gentle warmth of the waning day. Roses and peonies sway softly in a light breeze, their colors softened by the fading sun. The stone pathways, edged with carefully trimmed hedges, invite slow, peaceful strolls. Bees hum lazily among the blossoms, and the faint rustle of leaves adds a soothing harmony to the tranquil scene. Throughout the home, every detail speaks of a life steeped in quiet dignity and steadfast care. The housekeeper's steady hand weaves a tapestry of grace and order, turning the ordinary into a sanctuary of peace. You might find yourself here now, the softness of velvet and lace beneath your fingertips, the warm scent of blooming flowers and polished wood filling your senses, the gentle murmur of evening settling softly around you. The calm tidiness invites a deep breath, a slowing of time, and a moment of serene presence. The candle flickers low as we drift into our fourth story, a delicate tale whispered through misty mountains and serene temples, where quiet rituals and gentle order shape a world of grace and simplicity. The title of this story is Whispers of Cleanliness in Ancient Japan, in the soft, early morning light of a remote mountain village. The air carries the subtle fragrance of pine and cherry blossoms. Thin wisps of mist curl gently around wooden rooftops and stone lanterns, shrouding the tranquil scene in a dreamlike haze. The delicate sounds of flowing water mingle with the distant call of a solitary crane, setting a peaceful rhythm that flows through the village like a silent song. Within a traditional wooden house, tatami mats lie pristine and smooth beneath the careful steps of its inhabitants. Shoji screens filter the soft sunlight, casting gentle patterns of light and shadow that dance quietly on the papered walls. The scent of sandalwood and fresh incense lingers in the air, mingling with the clean aroma of polished wood and well cared for cloth. Every corner of the home is touched by a deep reverence for purity and order. Sliding doors are wiped carefully with soft cloths, their surfaces smooth and unblemished. Delicate porcelain dishes are arranged meticulously on lacquered shelves, each piece catching the light with a subtle gleam. The act of cleaning here is not merely a chore, but a sacred ritual, an expression of respect for the space and those who dwell within. Outside, the garden is a masterpiece of simplicity and balance. Stones are placed thoughtfully among moss and carefully pruned bonsai trees, their miniature branches shaped by patient hands. The gentle flow of a small koi pond creates a soothing murmur, its waters clear and calm, reflecting the sky above and the delicate petals that occasionally drift down from flowering branches. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the smoothness of tatami beneath your feet, breathing in the faint scent of pine and incense, hearing the soft rustle of paper screens and the gentle splash of water. The calm tidiness and mindful rituals of this ancient Japanese home invite a deep sense of peace and presence. The morning light filters softly through the translucent shoji screens, casting a gentle glow upon the smooth tatami mats that cover the floor. The faint scent of fresh pine mingles with the delicate aroma of incense, curling slowly upward in thin wisps that seem to dance silently with the quiet breeze. The room is serene, a sanctuary shaped by centuries of mindful care and reverence. A slender hand reaches for a soft cloth, expertly wiping the polished wooden beams and sliding doors with slow, deliberate strokes. The surface responds to each touch, smooth, cool, and immaculate, reflecting the quiet devotion invested in every corner of the home. This ritual of cleansing is a meditation, a way to honor the space and the natural world beyond. In the kitchen, clay pots and lacquered bowls are arranged with thoughtful precision on wooden shelves. Their surfaces shine softly, a testament to regular care and the deep respect for everyday objects. The scent of simmering miso soup mingles gently with the subtle fragrance of freshly steamed rice, promising nourishment prepared with quiet dedication. Outside, the garden is a carefully composed scene of balance and harmony. Moss carpets the ground in soft, verdant waves, interrupted only by the deliberate placement of weathered stones and delicate bamboo shoots. The gentle ripple of a small brook complements the rustle of maple leaves stirred by a whispering breeze. Cherry blossoms, pale and fragile, drift lazily from the branches, their petals settling softly upon the stone paths. Every aspect of this ancient home speaks of a graceful discipline, where tidiness is not simply about cleanliness, but about creating a space that fosters peace, mindfulness, and connection. The care given to each task, whether folding crisp linen, polishing a simple wooden bowl, or sweeping the garden path, is an offering of respect and presence. You might find yourself here now, the smooth texture of tatami beneath your feet, the faint scent of sandalwood and cherry blossoms filling your senses, the soft murmur of water and wind weaving through the quiet stillness. This tender order invites a deep breath, a slowing of time, and a serene immersion in the art of mindful living. The soft light of midday filters through the papered shoji screens, casting a serene, dappled glow across the room. The faint scent of incense lingers in the air, mingling with the subtle aroma of polished cedarwood and freshly laundered fabrics. The tatami mats lie pristine and unblemished, their woven straw surfaces cool and smooth beneath gentle footsteps. In the heart of the home, a woman moves with calm precision, her hands steady as she arranges delicate ceramics on a lacquered tray. Each piece is placed with thoughtful care, the subtle clink of porcelain a soft note in the quiet space. The gentle warmth of the afternoon sun highlights the rich hues of the woodwork and the intricate patterns woven into embroidered silk cushions. Nearby, a small alcove holds a carefully curated collection of objects, a simple calligraphy scroll, a vase of seasonal flowers, and a carefully folded kimono. These items are arranged in perfect harmony, reflecting a deep respect for balance and beauty in simplicity. The act of maintaining this space is a meditative ritual, a slow unfolding of mindfulness and gratitude. Outside, the garden is alive with quiet movement. The delicate sway of bamboo leaves creates a soft whispering sound as the breeze passes. Through, smooth stones line the winding paths, their surfaces cool and polished by centuries of footsteps. A gentle stream flows steadily over moss-covered rocks, its clear water reflecting the sky and the fleeting blossoms that drift lazily on its surface. The meticulous care given to the garden mirrors the attention lavished inside the home. Every leaf is tended, every stone positioned with intention, creating a living canvas of order and tranquility. This harmony between nature and nurture is at the heart of the household's quiet elegance. You might imagine yourself here now, the soft texture of tatami beneath your feet, the gentle fragrance of cedar and cherry blossoms filling the air, the tranquil sounds of water and wind weaving through the serene space. The tender rhythms of care invite you to slow your breath, soften your thoughts, and rest peacefully within this timeless sanctuary. The afternoon light wanes gently, casting a soft amber glow through the delicate lattice work of the shoji screens. Shadows lengthen slowly across the polished wooden floors, their warm hues blending seamlessly with the natural tones of the tatami mats. The air holds a quiet stillness, punctuated only by the soft rustle of silk garments and the faint murmur of water trickling through the garden's stone channels. Within the tea room, a serene space of minimalist beauty, the housekeeper prepares the ceremonial tea with slow, deliberate movements, each gesture lifting the delicate porcelain cup, pouring the steaming water, whisking the powdered matcha, is executed with mindful grace, a dance of precision and reverence. The soft clink of utensils and the gentle aroma of green tea fill the air, inviting a deep sense of calm and presence. Nearby, the sliding fusuma doors reveal a glimpse of the inner courtyard. The garden, carefully designed with balance and simplicity in mind, unfolds like a living painting. Stones of varying sizes are arranged thoughtfully among patches of soft moss and carefully pruned shrubs. A small bamboo fountain offers a soothing cadence, its rhythmic splash harmonizing with the gentle sway of maple leaves. The housekeeper's dedication extends beyond the physical maintenance of the home to embody a philosophy of respect and harmony. Tidiness here is intertwined with spiritual awareness, a practice of aligning the outer environment with inner tranquility. Every folded garment, polished utensil, and swept path reflects this deep connection. You might find yourself here now, feeling the smoothness of polished wood beneath your fingertips, breathing in the fresh scent of green tea and cedar, hearing the soft splash of water mingling with the whisper of leaves. The tender order of this ancient Japanese home invites a moment of stillness, a gentle slowing of time, and a peaceful breath. The gentle light of evening settles over the ancient Japanese home, casting a soft golden hue that bathes the wooden beams and papered walls in warmth. The faint scent of sandalwood incense mingles with the delicate aroma of blooming camellias from the garden outside, filling the air with a soothing fragrance that invites quiet reflection. Inside, the housekeeper moves with careful grace, her hands smoothing the tatami mats and aligning cushions with meticulous care. The sliding shoji doors glide silently as she opens them to reveal the tranquil garden bathed in the soft glow of lantern light. Stones, moss, and carefully pruned bonsai trees create a harmonious landscape that speaks of balance and patience. Gentle breeze carries the whisper of falling leaves and the subtle murmur of a nearby stream, its clear waters flowing steadily over smooth stones. The garden paths are swept clean, their edges edged neatly, inviting slow, thoughtful steps. Lanterns, placed with deliberate intent, cast warm pools of light, illuminating the way with a tender glow. Within the home, every object holds significance. A lacquered tray, arranged with porcelain teacups, a neatly folded kimono placed with respect, a scroll of calligraphy displayed in the tokonoma alcove. Each item reflects a mindful attention to detail and a deep reverence for the present moment. The housekeeper's care is not merely about cleanliness, but about creating a space that nurtures harmony between people and nature, body and spirit. Every sweep, every polish, every folded cloth becomes a quiet meditation, a whispered prayer for peace and balance. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the softness of tatami beneath your feet, breathing in the calming scents of sandalwood and camellia, hearing the gentle rustle of leaves and the soothing flow of water. The serene tidiness invites you to rest deeply, to slow your breath, and to embrace the stillness. The twilight deepens softly, wrapping the ancient Japanese home in a quiet, velvety embrace. The delicate glow of paper lanterns spills through the shoji screens, casting gentle shadows that dance across the polished wooden floors and smooth tatami mats. The subtle scent of sandalwood incense mingles with the faint fragrance of plum blossoms drifting in from the garden, weaving an atmosphere of serene contemplation. Inside the tea room, the housekeeper moves with quiet reverence, her hands steady, as she arranges porcelain teacups on a lacquered tray. Each cup gleams softly in the lantern light, its delicate form a testament to refined craftsmanship. The rhythmic sound of water pouring into a teapot and the soft whisking of powdered tea create a soothing melody that fills the still air. Outside, the garden rests beneath a sky heavy with stars. Moss-covered stones and carefully shaped bonsai. Trees stand as silent sentinels, their forms etched in gentle contrast against the night. The small bamboo fountain emits its rhythmic splash, a heartbeat of water that brings life to the tranquil space. Fallen cherry blossoms float lazily on the surface of a koi pond, their pale petals glowing faintly in the moonlight. The housekeeper's care extends beyond the physical tidiness to encompass the spirit of the home itself. Every folded garment, every swept path, every polished surface reflects a deep respect for harmony and balance. A living practice of mindfulness woven through daily life. This tender order is a sacred rhythm, a dance between simplicity and beauty. You might find yourself here now, feeling the smooth texture of tatami beneath your feet, breathing in the calming scent of incense and night blossoms, hearing the gentle splash of water mingling with the soft rustle of leaves. The peaceful tidiness invites you to settle deeply, to release tension, and to embrace the stillness of this ancient sanctuary. The soft light of dawn creeps gently over the mountain ridges, surrounding the ancient village, bathing the wooden homes in a pale golden glow. The air is crisp and carries the subtle scent of pine needles and moist earth, mingling with the delicate aroma of cherry blossoms opening slowly in the early morning breeze. Mist curls around stone lanterns and over the smooth stones lining garden paths, lending a dreamlike stillness to the scene. Within a traditional Japanese home, the day begins with a quiet ritual. The housekeeper rises softly, her footsteps light upon the tatami mats as she moves through the rooms. With practiced hands, she opens the shoji screens, inviting the fresh morning air and soft light inside. The scent of sandalwood incense lingers, faintly, blending seamlessly with the freshness of the new day. The wooden floors, polished to a gentle sheen, reflect the subtle play of light and shadow. Furniture is arranged with thoughtful simplicity, low tables, cushions of muted silks, and scrolls of calligraphy hanging gracefully on walls. Each item is placed with intention, a physical expression of harmony and respect. In the kitchen, clay pots bubble quietly with the morning meal. The aroma of steamed rice and simmering miso soup fills the air, mingling with the gentle scent of freshly picked herbs. Utensils hang neatly on hooks, their wooden handles smooth and worn from daily use. Surfaces gleam with cleanliness, a testament to the care invested in every task. Outside, the garden awakens slowly. Moss carpets the earth in soft waves of green, punctuated by carefully pruned bonsai and delicate ferns. A small koi pond glistens as fish glide gracefully beneath the surface, their movements creating gentle ripples that catch the morning light. The subtle sound of water trickling over stones blends with the quiet chirping of birds, weaving a melody of serene life. The housekeeper's dedication to tidiness is more than mere cleanliness. It is a sacred practice, a mindful engagement with the world that nurtures peace within and without. Every sweep of the broom, every polished surface, every folded cloth is a gentle prayer, a humble offering to the home and its spirit. You might find yourself here now, feeling the cool texture of tatami beneath your feet, inhaling the fresh scents of pine and incense, hearing the soft murmur of water and wind weaving through the peaceful garden. This tender order invites a deep breath, a slowing of time, and a profound stillness. The sun climbs slowly, casting warm beams that filter softly through the shoji screens, illuminating the quiet corners of the traditional Japanese home. The air is fresh with the scent of cedarwood and blossoming plum trees, mingling with the faint aroma of freshly brewed green tea. Gentle sounds of morning, the soft patter of footsteps on tatami mats, and the distant murmur of a bamboo water fountain create a peaceful symphony that embraces the stillness. Within the household, the housekeeper moves with a calm and steady rhythm. Her hands, trained through years of practice, carefully fold crisp linens, the soft rustle of fabric filling the quiet rooms. Polished wooden surfaces gleam faintly under her touch, each grain of the wood honored and preserved. The sliding doors glide smoothly as she opens and closes them, revealing vistas of the garden framed by delicate wooden lattices. In the kitchen, clay pots simmer gently over charcoal fires, releasing nourishing aromas of rice and vegetables simmered with ginger and soy. Bowls and utensils are arranged neatly, their places chosen with deliberate care. The scent of miso and dashi wafts softly, a subtle invitation to the day's meal. Outside, the garden glows in the morning light. Its carefully tended plants and stones arranged in serene harmony. Moss blankets rocks like soft green cushions, while bonsai trees stand as miniature landscapes, their branches shaped and coaxed by patient hands. The water in the koi pond glistens, rippling gently as fish glide gracefully beneath the surface. A single cherry blossom petal drifts down, settling softly on a smooth stone. Every act of tidiness in this home is imbued with reverence, an acknowledgement of the transient beauty of each moment. The sweeping of floors, the arranging of tea utensils, the tending of the garden, each is a meditation, a way to bring balance and peace to the space and spirit alike. You might find yourself here now, feeling the smooth coolness of tatami beneath, your feet breathing in the mingled scents of cedar and blossoms, hearing the gentle water and whispering leaves. The serene tidiness invites you to slow your breath, soften your thoughts, and rest deeply in this quiet sanctuary. The afternoon light softens, bathing the wooden beams and papered walls in a warm golden hue. Through the open shoji doors, the garden unfolds like a living painting, its carefully raked gravel shimmering faintly under the gentle sun, and the mossy stones resting in serene, deliberate arrangements. The subtle scent of blooming wisteria drifts on a light breeze, mingling with the earthy fragrance of damp soil and the faint aroma of sandalwood incense burning within. The housekeeper moves slowly and deliberately through the rooms, her hands smoothing the surfaces of polished wood and arranging porcelain cups with exacting care. The texture of the lacquered trays she carries is cool and glossy beneath her fingertips, and the delicate porcelain cups feel light and fragile, yet sturdy, a perfect balance of strength and grace. In the kitchen, the simmering of delicate broths and the soft chopping of vegetables fill the air with comforting sounds. Earthenware pots, warmed over charcoal fires, release the fragrant aromas of miso and fresh ginger. Utensils hang in precise order on wooden racks, their places carefully maintained to ensure ease of use and cleanliness. Outside, the garden paths are swept free of fallen leaves and petals, the gravel meticulously raked into gentle patterns symbolizing flowing water. The bamboo fountain offers its rhythmic splash, harmonizing with the distant song of a nightingale hidden among the trees. Carefully pruned bonsai trees stand as miniature mountains, their twisted branches shaped over years by patient hands. Every act of care within this home is a quiet expression of reverence for nature, for beauty, for the fleeting moments that make up a life. The tender attention to tidiness is not simply about order, but about cultivating harmony within and without. A sacred practice woven into daily existence. You might feel yourself here now, the smoothness of tatami mats beneath your feet, the mingled sense of blooming wisteria and burning incense filling the air, the soft murmur of water and bird calls weaving through the tranquil space. The gentle order invites you to pause, to breathe, and to rest peacefully in this ancient sanctuary. The twilight deepens softly, and the ancient Japanese home settles into a serene quietude. The fading light casts long, gentle shadows across the polished wooden floors and delicate paper screens, while the subtle fragrance of sandalwood incense lingers like a comforting whisper. Outside, the garden basks in the silver glow of the rising moon, its carefully tended plants and stones bathed in gentle luminescence. Within the house, the housekeeper moves with slow, deliberate grace, her hands tracing the smooth surfaces of lacquered trays and soft silk cushions. She tidies the tokonoma alcove, adjusting a simple vase of fresh flowers and straightening the calligraphy scroll that hangs with quiet dignity. Every movement is an offering of care and respect, a ritual that honors both the space and the spirit. The soft murmur of water from the bamboo fountain blends with the gentle rustling of leaves, creating a soothing symphony that fills the night air. Fallen cherry blossom petals drift lazily onto the stone paths, their pale hues glowing faintly beneath the moonlight. The koi in the pond glide silently beneath the surface, their graceful forms a living poem of calm and continuity. Every corner of the home reflects a tender discipline, a mindful attention that weaves cleanliness and order into the fabric of daily life. The housekeeper's devotion transforms each act of tidiness into a meditation, a sacred rhythm that sustains harmony and peace. You might imagine yourself here now, feeling the cool smoothness of tatami beneath your feet, breathing in the mingled scents of night blossoms and burning incense, hearing the soft splash of water and the whisper of wind through the trees. The gentle order of this ancient sanctuary invites you to rest deeply, to slow your breath, and to embrace the stillness. If you enjoyed these gentle stories from the quieter corners of history, we'd love if you subscribed, followed, or left a kind comment. Sleep well, traveler of time. Good night. Good.